balikan na natin ang New All Pinoy Alternative Music.
New All Pinoy Alternative Music.
Only here on V81 Radio, South Manila.
Welcome back. You're still here on NAPALM, your new all Pinoy alternative music source, with our guest band for the week, Dozer. So before that, we would like to greet our corporate partners, no? So Code Disruptors Inc., represented by, of course, Pards Moro. Involution Corporation, represented by Miss Shirley De Ocampo. Big Benta and Big Media, represented by, of course, Charlie Diaz. Philippine Retailers Association, represented by Miss Rosemary Ong and Madam Ebbs. And, of course, our dynamic duo, Mr. Rolly Pagaspas and Raleigh Vargas, representing our home station, V81 Radio Worldwide. And last but not the least, our event management partner, Fiera de Manila, represented by Norilyn Barbiera. Okay, so just to introduce our guest artists, Dozer. They are a band actually that started in the 1990s, a UST student band. Let me call them one by one, no? Together with, of course, our co-anchor parts. So for vocals and rhythm guitar, Mr. Rands Neria.
Hey, Charlie.
For lead, hello, Rands. So for our lead guitar, Mr. Jem Habito.
Magandang umaga.
Okay.
Hapon.
Good morning. Oh, good morning from where you are located in Europe. And for bass, Mr. Ron Kwan.
Good day, Napalm. Hello.
Hello, Ronald. Okay, so I will have to mention, of course, for drums, Mr. Carl Escueta, but he is not available. But we will call upon also for drums, Mr. Joe Laig.
Good day.
Okay, so yan, parts. Take it away.
Yan. Magandang hapon. Dozer.
Magandang hapon sa'yo,
Yan.
Brad.
Okay, so we have, sige. So, Dozer, the first question will be for, sige, si Jem muna, no? Si Rands muna, si Randy. Rands. Okay, Rands. So in Dozer, what's the story behind the band name Dozer?
Yeah. Actually, the name Dozer came from our former band name, which was Bulldozer. Actually, may mga iba pang names, although nag-stick kami sa Dozer. It happened early 90s. Sleepover kami kila, after band practice kila Carl. So, ayun, well, basically nakatitig lang kami dun sa shelf ng mga toys nila. Tapos may die-cast na laruan dun na Bulldozer. Alam mo na kung bakit ang 80s ka. Alam mo na yung tatak nun. So, yun. Basically, nung nag-agree naman kami dun sa Bulldozer, and actually, na-relate namin dun sa sound namin kasi medyo may nagbanggit nga sa amin before na slow and sludgy.
Okay.
So, ayun. Well, eventually naging Dozer.
So slow, heavy, yan. Which is parang Dozer din, Bulldozer.
Yeah.
So, a question for Jem, no? Paano nag-start itong banda na Dozer? How did it start?
Nag-start ito sa UST. So lahat kami art students sa UST noon. I guess parang sumabay siya sa time na nagkaroon ng band explosion ng 90s. So, alam mo so lahat ng, sabi nga nila noon, pag nasa building ka nung college namin, pag nagbato ka ng coin sa labas, pag may tinamaan, sigurado may banda yon. So lahat kami may banda noon. Pero as I remember, merong isang parang college Battle of the Bands. So most likely yun ang nag-inspire sa amin. I had before we formed the band. nagkaroon ng maliit na band competition. Nagpo-mosh pit kami and everything. Wala pang mga phones noon. Tapos parang the next parang gawin natin to, man. Gusto namin sumali na, hindi na kami audience. So basically yung time na yon from nag-start yung college band competition to the next one. Kami na nga yung may banda na kami. Kami pa yung nag-organize nung band competition, yung event. So yeah, doon na nag-start yun.
Mosh pit, nakakamiss yung mosh pit. Wala nang mosh pit ngayon. Civilized na yung gigs ngayon eh. Headbangan na lang. Okay. Next question will be for Rand and Jem. The bandang Dozer, who writes the lyrics or riff or melody? Sino nagsusulat sa inyo?
Actually, kaming dalawa ni Jem to. Yeah.
Paano yun? Kayo lyrics, kayong dalawa, then you coordinate, sinishare nyo sa mga band members, or impromptu?
Ikaw muna dyan?
Sige. Ang nangyari, parang homework eh. Kanya-kanya. Gawa ko. Kung anong meron, tingnan natin, labas natin. Si Rans si Rans magaling magsulat ng lyrics. Malalim ang hugot niyan eh. Tapos, meron siyang basic tune doon. Tapos, kung kanta niya, may structure na somehow. Lalapatan na namin ng Kung kanta ko, meron akong basic, lalagyan niya ng kanyang version. So, tapos bass, papasok ang drum. So, yung direction ng tunog, nagmo-morph din. So, eventually, kung ano siya ngayon, yun na yun. Pero most of the songs, I think, initially, hindi siya yung intended na direction eh. So, yeah. So, lahat may contribution dun sa kanta, basically.
Okay. Actually, for me, yung melody always comes first. Kasi yun nga, strong chords. Lahat nagsisimula kami sa acoustic. So, basically, nire-record namin doon sa cassette. Kasi, syempre, cassette tayo nung time na yun. Old school. Ayun. So,
tapos Walkman.
Yeah. Tapos asa na yun yung copy ng dub ng tape. Tapos ito yung copy mo.
lagay sa kabila.
Tapos on weekends, mag-spend kami ng time sa isang bahay na. Tapos doon na mag-vault in na lahat doon.
Yeah. So,
tapos pagka yung tape, press mo na, lalagyan mo na ng papel para
maulit.
Tapos pencil para mag-rewind. Pagsira yun.
Okay.
Anyway.
So I have a question for Ron. Si Ron muna. What influenced your music? Anong influence nyo dito sa... personally, ikaw, anong personal influences mo sa music?
Yeah, the funny thing is kasi we became a band because we almost have the same influences. We like the same bands, but basically we have a very wide variety of influences starting from new wave hanggang into the 90s. For example, sa new wave, it shows in our cover sets when we do covers such as The Church, The Primitives, The Sound, Total Recall. Anybody knows that music? And then came into the 90s, we also went to that hair metal and metal phase. But then after that, the 90s came in with the so-called Seattle sound or the so-called grunge sound, which sort of cemented our music in terms of we have this melodic mixing to light to heavy from the 80s new wave, but punching it with heaviness of the 90s. Especially we were influenced by Tool, Soundgarden. We were covering Pearl Jam, Hum, and Helmet. So that's the that's the mixture of what we were playing before. And like I said, because of that, we were solid in what we actually like. That's why part of it became Dozer.
May isang banda na medyo parang nag-transition siya from new wave to so medyo iba yung sound niya. Pixies, nakikinig din ba kayo ng Pixies before?
Yeah. Mm-mm.
We never covered, pero
Oo.
similar yung likes namin with Pixies.
Tsaka medyo ibang klase yung pagkanta ni
Malakas yung impact
sige.
ng Pixies. Malakas yung impact ng Pixies sa start
Yes.
ng
Yes. How about the others? Meron ba like Jim? Do you have any other influences na hindi pa nabanggit ni Ron?
May maganda akong storya dyan nung hindi ko lang kung naalala ng nila. Kasi nga parang we're trying to figure out kung anong direction ng banda, kung anong gusto namin tutugan. Ang base, ang reference lang namin is cover. One time, may gig kami somewhere, hindi ko maalala. Tapos nagpunta kami sa Shakey's, may Shakey's sa Makati noon. Tapos mayroong widescreen sa isang corner. Nanonood kami, MTV videos. Nakita namin doon, first time, yung video ng Stuck on You ng Failure. For some reason, that sort of nag-push nag-click sa amin. So, kinover namin yon. Sa akin, personally, as a guitar player, heavily na-influence ako from New Wave. Tapos, kikinig ako ng mga iba-iba. Hindi kasi ako magaling na gitarista. Tapos, nakarelate ako dun sa sound ng Failure. Na sa amin din, lahat. So, basically, nung kinover namin siya, tapos, the other guys from the band were listening to Tool. So, quite opposite yung sound nila. Very heavy yung Tool, tapos Failure, very geeky, shoegaze, post-rock. And then, the funny thing, eventually, nag-tour yung dalawang banda. So, parang yun ang nag-cement sa amin, okay, it makes sense kung ano yung ginagawa namin. So, with our basic new wave influences, on top of it, nagkaroon ng eto. So, ito na yung naging sound namin, kung ano yung naririnig namin sa dalawang banda. So, yun yung parang major driving force nung tunog namin.
Influences. Yan. Here, para marinig natin yung sound ng Dozer, maybe it's time na i-play natin yung isang kanta nila. So, Early, ready na ba tayo sa song?
Yeah, I think we are. Their first, the title of their song is Lost.
Lost.
I lost my friend. Listen
all right. I think that's ano, yung music nila is a perfect example o yung kaninang topic mong WTF na ano, na overdrive pedal and distortion.
Yes.
Oo.
Okay. Yung isang medyo talagang bumilib ako, no? Kasi si Randy, office mate ko sa Smart, ano? Timik lang yan na tao. I mean, nag-ano sa tabi, nagtatrabaho. Hindi nagsasalita kung hindi mo tatanungin. Pero, way, kung paano mo siya marinig kanina, na nag-headphone, grabe. Yung range na yun yung medyo parang, sabi ko, ibang klase to, sabi ko. So, yun yung medyo, na medyo naisip ko nung every time naririnig yung Dozer. Ang taas ng range mo ni Randy. Yeah. We have to ask about the story behind this song. So, siguro, si Jem muna. No? Jem, you tell us the story behind the song Lost.
Alright. I think nung time na yan, nasa age kami na parang, alam mo na, very emo. Ang daming pinagdadaanan. So lahat may problema, lahat. So sumulat ako, yun ang emotion namin. Sumulat ako na very cryptic. Wala talagang meaning yung lines. And then nung nagbuo yung lines, parang it makes sense na okay. Yun nga lang, ang kanyang emotion is very dark. Which at that time kasi, yung mga issues natin nun as early 20s, lumalabas. Tapos intended ko yung kanta, sinulat ko siya para babae ang kakanta.
Yeah.
So very influenced ako nila Sarah McLachlan, ng Lilith Fair, the whole Lilith Fair Festival ng time na yun, sila Fiona Apple. So parang gusto kong gumawa ng kanta na parang gano'n ng case. As I said earlier, hindi gano'n ang nangyari nung binuo na namin So, yung heavy part, kay Rans nang galing yun. Yung may chunk sa gitna, hanggang yun. Siyang naglagay. Siya chinundaw na, nag-drop D kami. So, para mas mabigat yung sigaw, I think, si Rans, hindi ko alam kung tama, pero at some point may isang gig tayo na sobrang may pinanggagalingan tong taong to. Bigla siyang sumigaw kasi talagang frustrated. Gano'n. Tapos yun, sabi natin, that works. So, gano'n na yung
naging intro na talaga.
Intro na siya. So, kasalanan niya.
Bakit naging ganito?
So yun nga, ang point ko parang hindi yun yung intention ng kanta, pero nung nagbuo pati yung bassline, pati yung drums, bumigat siya. So imagine from, Fiona Apple to as heavy as that. So,
just to add,
Kasalanan mo pala, Randy Kasalanan ni Randy.
Ayun. Actually, just to add lang naman. Yun nga, yung sabi nga ni Jem, it was meant for another genre. Pero, yun nga, yung first time ko narinig yung acoustic demo ni Jem. Actually, yun nga naalala ko nga is, narelate ko is, more of ethereal goth type na ballad nga siya. Ganun yung the way it was presented ni Jem. Until yun nga, ginawa namin help.
Yun, iba yung lumabas.
Doon pumasok yung
next.
Sige.
Okay. Next, I have a question for Ron. Yan. What's your memorable performance ng banda na Dozer, the Date? Mga memorable performance niya? Ano yung tumatak sa isip mo?
For me, I guess also for the whole band, I guess, yung sa amin is when we were playing at, there's a production at Music Museum. And but that part is more of, let's say it's more of technical because we've been playing at small clubs mga nag-schools ba tayo? Did we do schools except for
UST.
UST? Pero yeah, usual mga auditoriums, but yung
Yes.
equipment kasi can only do so much on those certain instances, and sometimes I could even say medyo crappy. But when we got to Music Museum and we did a sound check pa lang, it was so, for me, parang ang OA ko pero parang heavenly ang dating, because I can hear myself, I can hear the other members of the band, I can go anywhere in sa stage, I can go everywhere, tapos malinis na narinig ko lahat. Instead of kabangka, because actually first time kami nag-music museum, I don't know about the guys, but syempre it's a bigger venue, I think. So may kaba ka. Can you do that? Pero once the sound check came in and the first few notes of the performance came in, and then alam mong salong-salo ka ng sound, parang it actually gave us, even or me, more parang mas ka pa. Oo. Wala na yung kaba.
Sound. Balance.
Balance eh. Parang yung ganito pala pag medyo pro level na yung naririnig mo in production. Kasi dati, di ba, minsan di mo na marinig sa monitor, si drummer lang ang may monitor. Tapos natinginan na lang kayo. Minsan yung nakaranas akong amp, wala. Yung amp ko wala, pero monitor meron. Weirdo. At that aspect, for me, yun.
Yeah. Yeah. Si Jem yata may isang memorable experience. Could you tell us something about your memorable experience with the band?
Naisip ko nga yung isang gig namin sa hindi ko naalala yung Millenia Bar. Sa
Millenia.
Kamuning.
Yes. Kamuning. Millenia.
Parang gano'n. Tapos tumutugtog kami. Alam mo naman ng mga Pinoy audience, minsan very reserved eh. So, hindi naman sila, alam mo yun, papalakpak sila. Hindi naman talaga tatayo yan, less kilala kang banda. So, tumutugtog kami. Meron kaming covers, meron kaming original. Nung time, binuo namin yung nag-cover kami ng Hum. Ano yun? Stars, di ba?
Stars.
Very underrated siya sa scene. Tapos, nung nag-start kami, very prominent yung kanyang intro, yung guitar intro. Pag start namin nung guitar, lahat ng mga nasa puntahan sa harap na first time nangyari sa amin. Kasi alam nila yung kanta, tapos umupo sila sa harap walang tao dun eh, umupo sila para nag-engage sila sa amin at that time. So for some reason, nagkaroon kami ng connection with the audience at that point, na very, very rare sa isang banda na hindi naman talaga kilala. Tapos ito yung mga taong to, mga banda rin. Kasi nga gusto nila yung cover na yon. Unfortunately, they stay throughout even the original. So sa akin yun ang isa sa mga memorable gigs namin.
So Jem, how would you classify your music with Dozer? If you were to classify between genres, anong genre tong ginagawa ng music sa Dozer?
We've always struggled with that kasi si Randy and the other guys can help out. Kasi nga tulad ng sabi ko dati, it's nag-crossover yung banda from New Wave to 90s Seattle, and then may in-betweens na yun nga, may Tool, may ganyan. Pero if I am to describe the music, yun nga parang transition band kami ng 90s from late 80s to 90s. Nung time na yun, putok na putok yung alternative word. So, nakasiksi kami dun nakakumpul kami dun sa bunch na yun.
Alternative grunge.
Yeah.
I was joking na there was a time that lumabas yung genre or category of adult alternative. I don't know what that is. Parang, doon ba tayo? We're old.
Si Jojo came up with a genre.
No, say that.
Adult alternative.
Dope yun.
No, no.
Ano yun, bro?
Sabihin ko, Jo.
Wag na.
Actually, bagay sa atin.
Wag na. May pagka-konting sludge din eh. Pero minimal sludge yung sound. Medyo crunchy din. Ron,
So
wag.
it's hard to define.
Have any questions for the band?
Well, actually,
Carly?
for now, we'll probably reserve some of the questions on our next segment, no? But for now, we'll have to move on and show to our viewers yung second na question for our game trivia. So our second question is, what topic did we present in our What the Fact feature earlier? So ayan meron na kayong tip niyan. It's a musical apparatus instrument accessory. Yun. So we will pause for a short break. Stay tuned here on NAPALM, your new Pinoy alternative music source.
Magbabalik ang New All Pinoy Alternative Music.
New All Pinoy Alternative Music.
Only here on V81 Radio, South Manila.